You ever feel anxious, even when nothing dangerous is happening? Or emotionally exhausted, unable to relax, always overthinking things? Many people think there's something wrong with them psychologically, but many times they just have a autonomic nervous system that's stuck in survival mode. Today on the Inner Framework, we're going to cover the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. The autonomic nervous system is made up of two parts, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Both of them play very vital roles in mental health and also in physiological purposes. The nervous system alerts us to danger. It causes us to have fight or flight responses. And almost all of this happens automatically without us ever thinking about anything that's going on. All we know is that our muscles have tensed up, our breathing has gotten shallow and quick, and we feel very anxious. This is a sympathetic nervous system reaction. This is what most of us would refer to as fight or flight. While on the other hand, the body's parasympathetic nervous system is the body's recovery and regulation system. This is when we can rest, we can digest our food, we can have proper emotional regulation, and we feel safe. This is a balancing act, and it's a very crucial part of survival, not only for human beings, but for most life forms. In this picture here, it goes over some of the basic functions of how the autonomic nervous system balance works. We're going to reiterate how homeostasis within the body works. Let's start first with the fight or flight response. Dilated pupils. You see this a lot in individuals who come into therapy. Saliva. Your mouth doesn't make as much saliva as it should. Accelerated heartbeats, dilated airways, inhibited digestion, glucose release, so that your muscles can be ready for action. Adrenaline and cortisol is released into the body. This is the sympathetic nervous system in action. Let's think of it like this. The sympathetic nervous system is kind of like the gas pedal, while the parasympathetic nervous system is the brake pedal. Healthy regulation requires both of them to be present. The real problem happens when people get stuck. Let's take a look. I was watching over the weekend and seen a video of a cat that had been rescued from the streets where it was destined to suffer a rough life. But in this video, you can specifically see the terrified cat. Pay attention to its body, how its back is arched, how its eyes are specifically dilated. Its fight or flight response is activated. It's ready to attack. In this instance, the dog is playing around with the cat, and the cat is really just ready to attack it. But the dog is playing. Human beings experience this very same response. If we're in a situation where danger is imminent, let's say, for example, you're camping and you run across a bear, you go out to eat with your loved ones and you get robbed, any of those things can cause you to have a sympathetic nervous system reaction. Other ways that you can have sympathetic nervous system reactions is if there has been a lot of complex PTSD or complex trauma in a person's past. This can also cause that autonomic nervous system to stay stuck in survival mode. The unfortunate truth of it is a lot of people are stuck in this survival mode and don't even realize they're stuck in it because it's become such a norm for them that they don't pay any attention to it. They're just it's not normal for them to be working in the parasympathetic. That's where they say, "Hey, I don't know what's going on. I can't feel. I've never felt relief like this." They grew up in an environment where they had a lot of adverse childhood experiences. The high levels of stress hormones have been prevalent in their life for so many years that their body has just adapted to it. It's normal. It's a normal thing. Anxiety, overthinking, hypervigilance, panic, these are all symptoms of an active sympathetic nervous system. But it doesn't have to be just like it is with the cat. Sometimes many people can get stuck in this mindset that they blame themselves for the symptoms that are actually survival adaptations that our body uses to keep us safe from danger. Why can't we stop being like that? Why can't we stop being irritable? Why can't we stop being angry? Why can't we stop being um, uh, whatever? These symptoms are often the response of the autonomic nervous system. So, in this sense, trauma is not only about what happened to the person, but it's also about what the nervous system learned about the experience. If the nervous system has any inclination that that experience is happening again, it will automatically trigger the response of fight or flight, fawn or freeze. It will automatically do that. You don't have to worry about it. The problem is, it happens when we don't want it to happen. But there is hope because we have the ability to work on and change how the autonomic nervous system, specifically the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, function and operate together. Let's take another look. We're going to look later on in this video of the cat. Here, now we see the cat. After several days of playing with this dog, has been able to take control over its autonomic nervous system. It's now operating out of the parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system is now allowing the cat to play with the dog. Its eyes are not dilated anymore. Its posture has relaxed. Its tail's not swinging like it was before. Claws are not out. The cat is playing, so it's operating out of the parasympathetic nervous system. Human healing often happens the same exact way. Healing is not just thinking differently, but it is helping the nervous system to learn that it's safe again. We're going to go back to that the first picture that I had in there. Again, now we're going to focus on the parasympathetic nervous system. This is rest and digest response. Pupils are now constricted back to their normal size. People have stimulated salivation. Their heartbeat slows. Their airways relax. Their digestion is functioning properly. Bile is released. We're back in a state of homeostasis. The balance has evened itself out. A lot of healing involves helping the nervous system to slowly move out of chronic survival mode. How do you do this? Number one, supportive relationships. As you see there, the cat and the dog are together. The dog is supporting the cat in helping it to understand that it's safe. There's nothing wrong. Consistency. Consistency is key, that everything stays consistent. Therapy. Seeking out a therapist, someone to talk to. Grounding techniques. These are techniques that help us to focus on the here, the now, and noticing that we're not in danger. There are a multitude of techniques out there. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method is one. Sleep is key. Getting really good sleep. If you're struggling with sleep, chances are you have an activated sympathetic nervous system. Oftentimes, just slowing down from the rat race that you get caught up into every day. Body awareness. Pay attention to your body. Be aware of how your body feels on a day-to-day basis. And safe connections with your family, your friends, your loved ones, your work. having a meaningful job, a meaningful employment, doing something meaningful helps with that. Again, this is a specific time to notice that the sympathetic nervous system is not asking, am I logically safe? Many of us can look around us and logically say we're safe, but the nervous system doesn't believe you. That's a top-down type of belief where we tell ourselves that we're safe. Our body needs to actually feel that we're safe. In closing, your nervous system is not trying to ruin your life. It's trying to protect you. And for that, I would be grateful that we have a nervous system that can keep us safe and teach us when we are in danger. Healing often begins when we stop asking, what is wrong with me? And start asking, what's happened to me? And why did my nervous system pick up on those cues and learn from those behaviors? If this video was helpful to you, I would appreciate it if you'd kindly hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be making content like this every week to help people through their mental health concerns. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave those in the comment section below. I'll be happy to respond to you as soon as I can, as soon as I see it. Y'all have a wonderful day.